Hello, everybody. Come into the room, take your time. And for those of you who are watching this on the replay, go on ahead and check the description box below, and you will see the timestamp on when I get started, when I get the party started. Check that out. Hello, the 3 people that are in the room right now. Anyone coming into the room, go on ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Go on ahead. I didn't take any pictures, so. Hello. All right. Calandria, hello. Joy, hello. Alicia, hello. Maxine, hello. Hard to know, hello. I don't want to say your real name, hard to know, because it's not on here. So I'm trying to tell your business. But thank you so much for your Venmo yesterday or your Cash App yesterday. Thank you so much. Whichever one. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Caitlin, hi girl. Oh, you're new. Jen, I'm gonna call you Jen. Hi, Jen. Hi, Elaine. How you doing? As per usual, gonna get ahead. No, go on ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you're just coming into the room. And yeah, we're gonna get started at the 15-minute mark. I didn't take any pictures. This was actually a good episode. I was preparing a meal and watching it while I was preparing the meals. Normally I try to sit down and just like concentrate and watch it, but that doesn't work for me. I have to be busy. I have to keep moving. And then it's hard for me with notes. So what I end up doing is trying to, at the end, just jot down everything that I remember, which means that I do miss some things. But we're just doing a recap. We're giving you guys an overall recap. So if I miss something you want me to talk about, just drop it in the comment section. 14 in the people. Girl, let me do some tongue exercises. Let me do some tongue exercises. I can't get on here tongue tied. Hello, just my 2 cents. Jasmine, how you doing? The gang is all here. We missed you yesterday. I mean, it's fine, but we just missed you. Just so you know, I missed you. I was like, oh, Jasmine's not here. So welcome. Willkommen. So just so you guys are aware, those of you who are in the room now, I am going to I'm going to attempt to be consistent with Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. That being said, sometimes things come up and I have to do them, like drag shows, like things that'll make me money. Not that this, what I'm saying. So, but I'm going to really try to keep it Mondays for Love After Lockup and Tuesdays for whatever 90 Day Fiance or whatever show on Monday in TLC. And it's going to be Seeking Sister Wife and probably Toe. So I think that Tuesdays are going to be pretty heavy with lives. And so I'm going to go at 6 and I'm probably going to end up going at like 7:30 on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays will be jam packed. And then whenever Love is Blind comes out, that I think usually drops on a Wednesday. So then for Love is Blind, I'll give people the opportunity to watch that. And then I'll go on Thursday. So we are going to see a lot of me. You're going to see a lot of me, a lot of it. So prepare yourself. Kimberly Taylor, I really thought you were done with this channel. Are you still doing your IVF journey? Girl, no. IVF was 5 years ago? No. 21, 22, 3, 4, 25. 4 years ago. No, I'm not done with the channel. Girl, I got to keep it up. I spent a lot of time building it and I still have the same subscribers. It's weird because I have like 33K subscribers, but not all 33K watch me. Like a lot when I look at the analytics, majority of the people who watch are not following, at least in the heyday. Majority of people weren't watching. I don't know if they were getting it from just like their front page. So it's at this point is just I don't know how to get back into YouTube's good graces. Like I fell out of the algorithm because of COVID and, the distress of a pandemic, and I've never been able to get back in. So, it's just an intimate few, an intimate amount. I probably need to do some collabs with some folks, which I have some collabs coming. But I don't know. I got to get back into the game and see who's doing what. Like I chit chat with Sass still. And I never really chit chat with Ashley, even though because she does love after lockup. Then there's Gio. He does love up, but I haven't, I gotta do my research. I gotta see who's back in the game. I gotta see who's in the game. So you guys tell me, who are you guys watching? Who's on here still? Like who else is Nikki Star? Is she still on here? I gotta find out. See, I still follow her. I still follow Nikki on Instagram. So in my mind, she's still doing content, but I don't know. So I gotta really do my research and see what's up, and then reintroduce myself to everybody and be like, hey, you want to collab? Even though like I'm no longer a heavy hitter in the game, so it's not as though the people will get any new subscribers from me. Oh good. Love it. Hey Jen. Yes, Mondays and Tuesdays at 6 p.m. CST, Central Time. Yes, and we never got an update. Okay, girl. No, you're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It was a really hard thing. And I didn't think it was going to be as hard. And I shared it with the world. And then there are women in my life who went through IVF who never told me that they were going through IVF. And I don't know, like I got internaled with it. I got internalized it and was like, oh, you're not telling me because you think I'm going to tell people on the internet, or you're not telling me because you don't like me? Like weird. It's just weird. And it's hard. It is hard. And I did it by myself because I wanted to share it with somebody. And if I had known that there were other women in my life who were doing it, and so I got I internalized a lot of things I didn't have to. Living queen, girl. Hey. I think you not doing the produced content has changed to watch. Absolutely. You are 100% correct, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a live girly. I'm not a live girly. Like I want to see a produced, like get the joke out, get the thing out and keep it moving. I want to see that content. Hey, Saraya, how you doing, girl? Like, I want that kind of like content to watch. I don't enjoy necessarily watching lives unless I know the person. Like I enjoyed Chris's lives, but sometimes folks get distracted and I enjoy Nikki, but I don't think Nikki went live. Did she go live? Oh, yeah, she did go live. She did. I enjoyed Nikki because Nikki always has it's because Nikki's an actor in LA, right? And so there's a point of view that I understand from her. And when she talks about production and when she talks about those things, I really enjoy that. So yeah, like that, okay, I gotta see what Nikki's up to. That's what I gotta do. Cause I still follow her. I be all in her business on Instagram. I'm like, girl, what kind of pots and pans you got today? Hi. Yes, yes. News about the podcast is bittersweet. Thank you so much. And Kim says, thank you so much for speaking Kelly about this. It's such a personal subject. I really enjoy your content and what you're willing to share, especially since you were yeah. I had to stop. I couldn't do it. So I did one round of IVF. And this was after I had a fibroid surgery where they removed 15 fibroids. And for the first time in my life, I felt my uterus. Let me tell you, my whole uterus game has changed since that. It feels like, not that I gave birth, but sometimes women talk about after you give birth that you can't hold your bladder has changed. Let me tell you, my bladder has changed. Okay. I now get like period pain when I never got cramps before. And they're actually back, the fibroids, because my flow is getting to be heavy again. Like right afterwards, oh my God, my flow was so like normal, I've always been a 7-day girly, but like usually it was like first day was whatever, and then 2, 3, 4 was hell on earth, like absolute like anemia bandit. And then it lasted for a full 7 days, and now it's getting back to that. Right now it's just 3 days anemia bandit, but like I'm like, oh my God, I get anemia again. Like, so at this point, I'm like, girl, just take it out if I'm not going to use it. So anyways, it was such a taxing experience. And when I heard about the women in my life and how many eggs they had, I was like, the fuck? You had that many eggs and I only had 5? Like, oh, I'm not going to do this again. Like, oh no. Like if I had a partner and somebody who's like really supporting me and like going with me to the doctor's appointments, because they need you at the doctor every other day getting your blood drawn to see exactly when's the right point. And then on top of that, they were like, oh, we want you to have another fibroid surgery, because I had a teeny tiny fibroid by the time it even came back around. So I had to wait a year for my uterus to heal, and then it healed. And then I went there to do IVF, and he was like, you have some fibroids. And I was like, girl, we already been there, done that. You're going to put it in with them fibroid. Who cares? And they don't really want to do that because they want the best and most optimal, like, womb possible. And I'm like, womb is never going to be optimal. It's never going to be best. And so then then the whole period of just like waiting to see if the embryos even happen. And then, so I had 5. So they fertilized 5. And then all of a sudden I had 3. And then they tested the 3, and it was like chromosomal nonsense. Chromosomally, it wasn't viable. And like, they either want you to have like an A or a B type thing. And it's just like so much, just so much. So yeah, anyways, so much. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that waiting period of like doing the chromosomal testing and them calling me and telling me that the chromosomes weren't viable. Like, I mean, that after the chromosomal testing that like, I just was like, I can't, oh, okay. I tried. I was like, I can't do this again. I tried, gave it the good old college try. Okay. I did it. I was going to be a single mom. I was going to do it. And then now I'm just like, maybe it was for the better, because I like my little life. I barely can handle Gato. I really should have got a cat first to see if I was even ready to do a cat. Like, I wasn't ready to do a cat. I wouldn't have been able to move to Minneapolis. I wouldn't be doing drag. Like, my life would have stopped because I would have wanted to be the best mom I could be. And in my mind, that would have stopped me from doing things because I wouldn't have had a partner, and I would have just had my parents, and then I would have felt guilt about them, helping me. I'm not really a go outside girly anyway. I could stay home all day, every day, and watch the same 3 movies over and over again. So it's not like that would have been an issue, but it's just like, just to not have peace of mind. I mean, to not like, mothers are always on, and I have so much downtime, and I watch my mom need her downtime, and me as a kid not understand that. And I don't want, to feel guilt, because I would feel like I needed to be on at all times. So, wait, drag, take that back. Girl, where you been? I'll show you the pictures afterwards. I'm about to start. All right, you guys. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiance The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 2, Hasta la Vista, baby. Like I said, my name is Wah, and I do recaps of relationship reality TV shows such as Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance, Love is Blind, sometimes Married at First Sight, and Seeking Sister Wife. So if you are at all interested in that content, go on ahead and subscribe to my channel. As you see, scrolling at the bottom of the screen is a little ticker tape that tells you the ways that you can support your girl. You can give a tip via these options, or you can do so with a super chat or a super like or a super sticker or whatever it is that they offer here on YouTube. Okay, y'all, let's jump right into this episode. Okay, so let's just start off with Madeline and Luke, because I really learned something new about her and I appreciate it. Because I judged her as like a little kind of gold digging crazy girl, right? She's 19, and I felt like Luke was not taking advantage of her, but I felt like Luke was a predator in some way. I don't know how old he is, but it ain't 19. I just can't, like, I just do not understand that dynamic. And I don't want to judge it because maybe there are just some emotionally stunted people who are in their late 20s, early 30s who want to be caregivers and taking care of 19-year-olds. And maybe that's okay. I don't know. I don't want to judge it too harshly because I don't know. But like, girl, anybody who gets with a 19, either gender, whatever, binary, whatever, non-binary, whatever, I just feel like a 19-year-old isn't developed mentally to be in an adult relationship with a 32-year-old. Now, I will say this. Madeline told us about her life, that she ran away at age 12 and that she had been bouncing between the streets and her grandma's house and friends' houses because she was raised by a single mother. And she says that she really felt like she had to raise herself because her mother was always at work. And so to me, I can see Madeline being a little bit more mature than the average 19-year-old who might be relatively sheltered. But I still think that there is a lot of life that one has to live. One should be able to live, like, before they, I don't know, get married. And so to me, as long as she doesn't have a kid with Luke, I think that she can get with Luke, see what marriage is like, and then divorce him and go about her life. This girl started party promoting at some 15. Laws are different in different countries, y'all. Because she's like, I started making a lot of money. And I'm like, she's 20 years old right now. And I'm like, her grasp of English has gotten so much better since her first season. So she's learning, and she's somebody who's actively pursuing, like, businesses and such. And they didn't mention her businesses in the first episode. And so I thought for some reason it was gone because we, had been watching Luke, and Luke has just been failing at all his businesses. But apparently, no. Apparently her beauty business is doing well, and she's going to take that money and she's going to go look at apartments to get a rental in her own name before she marries Luke so that she doesn't have to share anything with him. Now, that being said, I don't know the laws in Colombia. I don't know if whatever someone brings into it is separate, but she's like, listen, I got to get my own shit together. Because Luke cannot be trusted. Luke is not good with money, and he's got a lot of bad investments, and I have my money, and my money's up, and I don't want it to come down. So she has decided she's going to do this rental, and she got her good Judy with her. I think her good Judy's Catherine. And Catherine's like, I would not be with him because he cheated on you. Like, he's not taking care of you. He doesn't have his finances together, and he cheated on you. So then we find out that there was a moment where he was starting to talk to some other girl, telling this other Colombian girl that, call me your husband, your esposito. And Madeline found it. She was like, who, what, when, where? And he was like, oh, you aren't paying me enough attention. Girl, if you don't get out of my face with, that excuse of not being paid enough attention, then you just need to break up with the person if they're not giving you the attention. Like, the excuse for cheating, unless you're in like a very intense marriage where you have a lot of kids or you have kids and like whatever. I just, the excuse of cheating outside of some extenuating circumstances doesn't make any sense to me. If someone is not giving you the attention you want, then just get out of the relationship. I mean, unless you're married. So, like, I don't know. So, yeah. So it's just like, ugh. So when I found out about her, when I found out that she had been on her own since she was 12, that her business was thriving and that she's taking some extra money and she's doing other things with it. Now, is she a pouty baby? Absolutely. But the fact is that she now knows that he has no money and she's choosing to stay with him. So I respect her a little bit more for that. It's a 20-year-old fool's choice. Even Catherine believes so, but she's doing it. All right. So then we cut to him and his friends, and they are a nightmare. Like, maybe I could handle his friend, one of them, like on my own, and like get them to understand that they're just being like F boys. I like the one with the cowboy hat who was like sucking the Coors beer from the bottle, from the bottom. He like poked a hole in the bottom of the Coors can and was just like what is that thing called where he's chugging it? But what is it called when they like beer bong, but when they put it in a tube and it just like forces the alcohol down your throat? Like, that's what he was doing. I feel like I could fix him. Anyways, but like, they're a nightmare. So anyways, he gets to the house and he sees that the friends have got something going on, and he's like, no, I'm not involved with this. Madeline's gonna kill me. I don't want to see any strippers. And they're like, yeah, it's a bachelor party. This is the last time you're gonna see us, have a good time. And then one of the friends, Brian, we find out that Brian is actually divorced now. Because remember, Brian was in a relationship with Madeline's bestie, and he had seen or had heard that Madeline had some dude sleep over and that she was sleeping in the bed with him topless. But Madeline was like, no, you're a liar. You're a liar. Like, that didn't happen. And then somehow, because of that, they ended up getting divorced. So he blames Madeline for his divorce with his wife. And I'm like, can you give us more details? That can't just be it. What was the rumor that Madeline started? Like, why did you guys end up getting divorced? He didn't tell us enough for me to really truly be like, okay, yeah, Madeline had something to do with your divorce. Otherwise, I just felt like, no, girl. And so the party becomes a downer because of that. And so then finally they're like, man, let's let him have a good time. Like, your problems are your problems. Like, don't be worrying about whatever he's going on in his life. So they're like, okay, chug, 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 chug. And then the dancer comes over. So the dancer comes in and she does like her dancing, and they do some shots of money being thrown at her. And I was like, can I have that money? Like, can I have the money? I'll accept it. And then there's video recording of it. Somebody's video recording it for some unearthly God reason. It's because of the show made them do it. But it's just like, absolutely not. I would never agree. To have video recording of it. And so he then says, well, you know what? She's going to have to understand because it's an American rite of passage. Okay, Luke, if you're going to pretend that it's not okay, then don't at the end of the day be like, she's going to have to just get over it. It's an American rite of passage. You should have told her that. So I'm on Madeline's side. Guys. Just 100% right now. Just to let you know. I'm on her side. Okay. So next couple that we have is Chloe and Johnny. Now, I don't know much about hair that's straight, but there is something about her blonde hair that doesn't sit well with me. Like, I don't know what it is, but it doesn't look right. It's like, I see a lot of blonde hair on, like, the Mormon girls, Mormon housewives. Well, not Mormon housewives. Stay-at-home mom talk. And their hair is better than hers. What's wrong with her hair? Why does it look flat or crunchy or something? Like the Mormon TikTok moms, their hair is great. And I know that it's not. Is it the balayage, girl? I don't know. Is it because there's no difference? It's like she just threw bleach at her hair and went about her business. And this it don't look right. It's like, is she gonna go someplace where there's a lot of sun? Wouldn't she need a lot of conditioner as well? It just feels like moving to Aruba is not the right move in general, but specifically for her hair. It's just not the right move. So we meet Johnny, and I am not impressed with Johnny. He looks good in this picture, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not impressed. I am not impressed at all. We see him climbing up a nautical rope, with just his hands. And I'm going to go on ahead and say that he has strength. He has strength. I wish that I could hold myself up on a that like back strength in order to hold yourself up, but like it's just strength. And so we find out that he's like, yeah, I was just being a guy, and when Chloe and I first got together, I didn't think she was serious about me because a lot of American tourists flirt with me. But then, she came back like the next week, and I was like, oh, you really like me. And in the beginning, like I wasn't too sure about it because I was in an open relationship and I didn't really tell her, and I was just being a guy. Like, I don't like that idea. I don't like that. I was just being a guy. I also don't like I'm just being a girl too. Like, I don't like when anybody is like, I'm being a thing. I mean, I know I still do it. I know I still do that and I say things like that, but I'm just like, what does that mean? Why can't you just say I'm being me? I'm being me, and me. I'm just kind of flighty. Like, I'm a pirate, for God's sake. Like, this man says that he believes that life is here for us to enjoy. And I agree with it. But also, does that also mean no money? Because that's what that says to me. When you're like, life is just here for us to enjoy, that means no money. Because I've been enjoying life and no money. So like I don't know people unless you just like inherit a bunch of money and you can enjoy life and have money. But otherwise, like it takes a lot of hard work as far as I'm concerned. And so when I hear a man say that, I think, oh, I'm gonna be the hard worker. I'm Manon. Like, I am Manon in this situation. I am somebody who wants more and wants to be comfortable and is willing to work very hard to get it. And it doesn't feel like Johnny is. So it's a good thing I live in Aruba. And I don't know what his living arrangements are like, but we see a snippet of it for next episode, and I am not impressed. So it's like, yes, is life great if you're just wearing shorts and sandals all day and in the sun and entertaining, people, and you want your tips? Sure. But is there a retirement plan in place? What happens when you physically can't do those things anymore? Is that when we have enter Chloe? So Chloe is only 22 or 23 years old, and he's just like, yeah, I'm ready to settle down. I'm in my 30s, like I'm ready to have a family. And he's like, Chloe still wants the party life. And I was like, yeah, so why would you rob her of it? Because you had the party life this entire time. So it's weird that you would want to rob a bebe of their party time. Because that's what that is that not what's going to happen if you get with her? I'm talking about you want a family and whatnot. Um, so he says that there was a time he went through her phone and that she was talking to some other guy, and so they both haven't been faithful to each other. But as long as she comes to Aruba and they get to be around each other all the time, then it's going to be easier for him to not be tempted. He's like, who wouldn't want her? She's athletic, she's blonde, she's 5 foot. And I'm like, ugh, what do you mean who wouldn't want her? Like, there are plenty of men who don't want that. There are plenty of people, like, I hate this idea that there's like this standard of beauty that it only is like 3 women have this standard of beauty, and they're all fighting for the same 3 women. Like, calm down. Anyways, let's move on. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Also, let's take a break. You guys, there are 46 people in the room. If you want to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, that would absolutely be awesome. Okay. And if at all you get the hee ha-has throughout this and you want to tip your girl, again, options scrolling at the bottom of the screen, as well as you can do a super sticker or whatever it is that you want to do. I wish one of my relatives would hook me up with 100. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Marsha. I know you heard that all your life. I'm sorry. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Python. Community peen. Python, are you a part of the stage crew? Community peen sounds very much like Kev on stage. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But her friend is actually in the US. So the friend took the pirate boyfriend from Aruba and made him come to the US. So the friend was like, oh no, we're not staying in Aruba. You don't get to stay in Aruba. Absolutely. Oh, okay. No, you're not. Community peen. She's going to be fine. She's young and has a job to return to. Exactly. As long as you don't get pregnant, girl, she'll be fine. Don't get pregnant. Okay. New couple alert. I did not take a picture of them, but I am very happy for them. New couple alert, y'all. I feel like sometimes in 90 Day Fiance world, we get actual characters. We get people who are putting on a character, right? But then you have these like natural couples or these like people who are either age appropriate, right? Because age appropriate to me is important. That's why I like Manon and Anthony because they're around the same age. They got married, they have a kid. It's like a real relationship. It isn't like a relationship that's like we don't know if it's gonna work. We're making a, but then there's also the other type where we have what's her name, Greta. We've got Greta from Oklahoma and Matthew from the UK. And let me tell you, Greta and Matthew are regular nerds, and I love that. As so far, there isn't anything super crazy besides her love for this cat. And listen, I accept. The whole time I'm watching her, I'm like, girl, it could never be me. Gato would be given away. I'm like, oh, I'm leaving Gato. Like, tell my neighbor, hey, Larissa, you want to take Gato? I'm out. Anyways, so Greta is from Oklahoma. She's from Norman, Normal, Oklahoma, one of those two. And she says that she gets along better with animals than she does with humans. And I was like, uh-oh, childhood trauma. That's literally what I thought. I was like, childhood trauma. She's a vegan. She just passed the bar, and she is going into like animal rights or animal right activism. Yeah, there's like a whole line of people who lawyers who feel like they want to give a voice to animals and they would advocate for animals. Norman, Oklahoma. They would advocate for animals, and she's one of these people. So we see her at a photo shoot with her cat Hazel. I wonder if gray cats shed. I need a cat that doesn't shed as much as Gato. I'm not going to get another cat because his hair is enough. I am constantly cleaning hair off of everywhere, the ground, like all of my chairs, everything. It's a lot of hair. It's a lot. Constant. I sweep every day. Every day. I don't know how people do it. So I always wondered that. So anyways, she's taking a photo shoot with Hazel because she cannot bring Hazel to the UK because Hazel's really like anxious around other animals, and when Greta first moves there, she's going to have to live with Matthew and his parents in a small English cottage, and they already have a cat and a dog, so Hazel wouldn't like it. So one of her besties is going to take Hazel for the meantime in between time, and Greta doesn't know what she's going to do. It's going to be very hard for her to get on that airplane knowing that she's not going to see Hazel until like they actually have their own place. And I imagine she has to do like, don't they need shots? Like, don't you have to like officially declare your animal when you bring them to a new country because they could like bring over disease? No, maybe. So then we meet Matthew. Matthew says that if there is a textbook definition of being a nerd, he is it. He's next to the word in the Webster's dictionary. That he really is good at putting together small models. Like it wasn't Legos I saw. I felt like maybe it was Legos, but it was like Legos advanced. It was like adult Legos. Okay. It was like the pieces were so small and he was just like building this ship and he loved every second of it. And I said, you know what? You and people who puzzle and people who like color you adult coloring books with their color pencils, it's the same kind of thing to me. Something that like busies your hand and causes your mind to calm because there's like structure to it. Good for you. You know what I like to do? I like to listen to my audiobook and play solitaire at the same time. I've been doing it for days now. I'm rereading Codex Alera, which is such a nerdy thing to say, by Jim Butcher. I'm re-listening to it for the third time, and I cannot wait to put it on and just play solitaire while I listen to it. I cannot wait. So I think that I get Matthew. So anyways, Matthew and Greta met when Greta was over in the UK doing something, I don't know, maybe with animals or with something. I don't know what she was doing. But she was over there in the UK and she was on the Tinders. And she was like, you know what? I'm going to try to like meet some people here. So she swipes and meets with him and then realizes that she's going to leave in a couple days. And so she just is like bold as ever. And she says, "Hey, we matched. Let's go out on a date." And so he's like, "Okay." And he's like, "Wow, that's really aggressive, but okay." And he needed that. He needed somebody to just be like, "Come on, come here." He needed that. So he went there with index cards. He was there with index cards to ask questions. And he realizes now that it maybe was a little overboard, but I think that it's exactly what these two people needed. Greta said that she had never connected with anybody in her life the way that she's connected with him, and that she has a really hard time with people, and I imagine especially men, because she has a group of friends. So I was like, it must be men. When you say people, you mean men. And so she says that, like, yeah, she just is like feels like it's meant to be because they get along so well, and they just spent the rest of the time that she had in England together, and she for a year and a half had been flying back and forth, to be with him, and they had such a great time. And she says that she knew that he was the one because one night they ended up just in the hotel arguing about economics. So cute. I love that. I love that for her. Because I think I met somebody that I could easily settle down with, but he ruined it. But like those are the kind of conversations I need to have, conversations where someone has like a slightly differing opinion or something that teaches me or just a different outlook. Like I just really enjoy like banter. I enjoy that. And I think it's lovely when you can argue with somebody about something innocuous as like find not like economy. Like, isn't that great? I don't know. It's great. Was so cute when she said that. I was like, I want to argue with somebody about like politics, not politics. But I want to argue with somebody about something like that. I don't know. That's just me. It just makes me think that they're a thinker. I like people who think about things because I think about things. I think about all the things all the time. It's a little too much, but I like it. So, um, well, on one of the trips, he proposes to her, and we see the proposal video, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can't tell if you're serious. Are you serious?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm on one knee, and I got the camera recording over there, and I have lights on us, so yes, I'm serious." And I also liked her boots. She had some really cute, like little rain booties in that, and I was like, "This is cute." And so she's like, "I'm gonna be married to him." So we see that she is gonna hang out with some of her girlfriends, and she's like, "We call ourselves the Wives Club because they all got engaged around the same time." But she's like, "We really should be called the Grandmas because we sit around and make bracelets." We sit around and make bracelets, and we drink tea, even though in that moment they all looked like they had a little bit of French 75. I was like, that's not tea in that cup. That's not tea in them glasses. Okay. So she's there with them and they're making bracelets, and it's one of the last times that they're gonna see her. And it's kind of her little farewell party. And she tells them that she's worried that things are not going to be fairy tale like she wants them to be because she has such an idealistic idea of what romance is. And one of her friends is like, it is that. Sometimes you do wake up and you're like, I'm so grateful for you. And other times you just want to punch them in the face because they didn't clean out the shower. And I said, tell her the truth, because I really feel like, I don't know them at all. But I think that they have a fighting chance of like actually making it because number one, they're around the same age. And number two, they speak the same language. And we rarely have that in 90 Day Fiance. Around the same age, speaking the same language? Girl, that is a novelty. I hope the best for them. Now, here's the sad part. Here's the childhood trauma. Is that she, unfortunately, her mother died when she was 5 years old, and her father remarried. And that father, who did not want his face to be shown on national TV, married a woman who treated Greta or made Greta feel like she didn't want her there. And so Greta kind of tried to make herself as small as possible. And so she's worried that when she goes around his family, she's not going to understand that family dynamic because she's just going to have anxiety and feel like she shouldn't be there. Or she's going to try to make herself small. And they all have to share one bathroom, one shower, not even a tub. There's no tub, just a shower. Whereabouts in England are you living? No tub? You can't take a soak? So, yeah. So I'm worried for her because she's aware of some of her neuroses and the things that could mess everything up. Um, and the fact that, she is worried about it means that she needs to think about it. And, I hope the best for her. She's like, yeah, I get annoyed with his socks. Or one of the friends was like, she gets annoyed with his socks. So like, you never know what's going to kind of set her off. And it's all defense mechanisms. She talks about the fact that the reason why she loves animals is because they just give or something. And I was like, this animal just takes. Like, Gato don't give me nothing, girl. He just takes from me at all times. He bites me. He forces me to pet him. Like, the only time he's sweet to me is on the weekends. If I'm here all day, he's sweet to me like for maybe 2 hours. After that, it's a lot of jumping on me and like whining at me to give him things. So I'm like, what? Maybe I just need him to get older. Maybe when he gets older, maybe when he's 11, he'll calm down. Ugh, I have 10 more years. Well, anyways, so she had a gerbil when she was very, very little, and that's what started her love of animals. And so she cannot work in the UK when she first gets there because one, she's going on a what kind of visa is she going on? I wonder. Is it a fiance visa? Is she going to UK on a K1? I wonder how, or is it tourist? I wonder what kind of visa is she going to be on? Because she can't work, right? And so she's volunteering at like an animal advocacy shelter, something. So, and if she were to take the bar there or whatever it's called, she would have to take a course in order to get up to speed because all of a sudden she has to learn like British law, like parliament and whatnot. So she has to learn that. And then she would take the bar. And I'm like, that's a lot. Like, it's a lot to learn the American one. And you live here all your life to go someplace where you've never been. That's a lot. So, yeah. All right, that's it for them. Oh, my dog, Charlie, she's at home with my dad. I tried to give her back to my friend who let me have her, my friend whose puppy litter she was from, and my dad was like, "Don't give my dog away." So, she's in California, living her best life with my dad. My dad's little white dog. Okay, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, guys. 44 people in the room, and we're moving swiftly along. Okay, let's talk Manon and Anthony. Do I have a picture of them together? I have a picture of Manon. Manon. What is Anthony's problem? What is Anthony's problem? Somebody needs to explain that to me because I truly do not get why he is coming at her. Okay, so anyways, we're hot off of the argument that she had with his sister. Turns out it's his twin sister, girl. Twin sister. So his twin sister decided to, at a family gathering, yell at Manon and tell Manon and the rest of the family, when you tell me that being with my brother makes you want to die, that is concerning to me. And I'm like, if you can't tell that someone is, especially your sister-in-law, is like a bit dramatic, but also like bleeding their heart to you, like if you're going to tell anybody, tell your husband or maybe tell the twin, but to say it in front of the entire family. And it's a good thing that his parents have a good head on their shoulders, because that would cause division in a family very quick. Very quick. So she is at the end of this episode, and I wonder if she's getting torn up on Instagram or social media. I hope she turned off her social media for the duration of this show, because the audience is gonna eat her up. Her name is Sarah, I believe. So like, Sarah's like, she goes home and she's like, yeah, but I just feel like they're putting a band-aid over it. And like, Anthony actually stands up and says like, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think that we're doing. We are going to do this. It's so weird to me when someone who isn't financially dependent on someone else has an opinion about what people do, right? It'd be one thing if Sarah had been floating Manon and Anthony and had some kind of investment in their relationship staying in the US or something. It would be one thing, but she doesn't have that. So for her to like insert herself on two grown ass people who have a child wanting to go live in France, and her to be like, oh, well, you're just putting a band-aid over a bigger issue. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. Why are you worried about it? I get it that that's your twin and that's your brother and that you maybe felt some kind of way because she said that, but then you should have said that to her face. You should have been like, you know what? You know what, Manon? You said that about my brother, and that makes me super sad. I don't know that I want to talk to you anymore because I don't want to ever hear that someone being with my brother makes them want to die. If she really took offense to it, she should have said something. She should have said something. Instead of saying in front of the entire family to kind of weaponize it. And so Manon said that. She's like, I was confiding and was in a really bad time, and I was talking to my sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law just completely like used that against me. And even the whole family agrees that Sarah was in the wrong. So Sarah and her hippy dippy husband, or her like what's hipster husband, went home. They hugged the baby, and then the family goes home. So then we have the next scene where he's kind of packing the last bag, a fake scene of him packing the last bag, and she has on a roller set that gives her like a swoopy swoop. And I like that. That was cute. With the like head thing. I love it. Let's bring back putting rollers in her hair at night. I mean, not me, but y'all. Especially if they're soft rollers. Let's bring it back. I love a nighttime hair routine. I don't care. Anyone can wear a bonnet. Anyone can wear a head rag. Anyone can do whatever they want to at night to preserve their natural tresses. Or non-natural tresses. I support it. I support it. Oh wow, y'all don't like Manon. I see two people. Manon does nag a lot, and her voice is really? Wow. Manon has a short fuse and raises her voice to more. Oh, she's being hyperbolic when she was telling her she was telling him how he feels. I fear for them going to France. Okay. Mickey, Manon has no filter. Manon should be your own bestie. Oh, Manon is nagging a lot. However, Anthony, oh my gosh, I don't think that at all. Am I Manon? I don't think that a lot. All I think that she is out saying her fears out loud and like voicing the things that are bouncing around in her head. And I don't even feel like she's nagging him. I don't even think that she's expecting him to go out and make the money. I think that she just wants him to respect that because you know what it is? I don't know them, right? We don't know them. So thank you, Manon and Anthony, for sharing your lives with us. You didn't have to, and you did, and that's why we're talking about it. But like, this is why it's important to have somebody who you are on the same page with when it comes to ambition and finance. It's important. And they have a dynamic, and I think in any relationship, regardless of gender or however, I think that there's always like a gardener and a flower. That's not all the time, and that's not like every dynamic, but I think one of the ones that we see a lot is a gardener and a flower. Okay. The gardener loves to take care of the flower, and the flower provides beauty and whatever it is that the gardener gets out of taking care of that person, right? And I think that sometimes that can go in line with being the provider and the person who takes care of the child. Now, if my earning potential is higher than my partner's, and I'm okay with not being around my children as much, I don't think that women should be shamed into feeling like they have to be maternal at every single moment, because men are not shamed into that. If the genders were different, Manon would not be feeling bad for not being around her child. And yeah, maybe she would be, but most men aren't socialized to feel that way. And I don't know how much of it is natural for Manon or socialized, or just maybe she didn't bond with baby postpartum in the way she thought she was going to. So it was easier to go back to work than it was for him to go back to work. And he feels like he was a solo parent. And when he said that, I was like, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like, yes, you can feel like you are a solo parent, but you're not the only one out there. There are plenty of mothers out there who feel, and other fathers and other non-binary parents who feel like they're a solo parent. So just go to a therapy help group, find a group of people on Facebook. Like, I just felt like within that dynamic, it's like rude of him to say that to her. I mean, and not in the way of like, well, women go through it every day, so suck it up, but just kind of like, she's already feeling guilt about it. And for you to be like, well, I felt like a solo parent. And she's like, why would you say that to me? And he's hearing her again just say out loud the things that she's worried about and her fears, because now they're down $30,000 after paying off all their debt. And so she's like, just so you know, like I'm worried because we don't have any money. And I guess he's just not interested in dealing with and talking about money, because as long as the lights are on and the food is in the belly, like he couldn't want for more. Like I'm like, you don't want to go on vacation? You don't want to not stress out if something goes wrong. Like you don't want to have just like an extra cushion of money. Like the truth is that you know how much extra cushion of money you would have to be to truly be comfortable. And I think that maybe that's what scares him, because to me an extra cushion of money to feel comfortable is at least $500,000. Like $100,000 for sure, if you're just like, you don't own a home, you're just renting, your car's already paid off, like you know what I mean? Because like if you're a homeowner, sometimes shit happens in your home that costs you so much money. Like your roof, you need a new roof, you need a new water heater, you need new siding, you need like something happen and now you do whatever. If you have kids, you need to have extra money. What if like your kid does something and now you have legal fees? What if you get into a car accident and hurt someone and now you have legal fees? Like anything can happen, right? That can cause you to go into an insurmountable amount of debt. And so $100,000 is comfortable if it's just you. If you have kids, if you have a home, it goes up every time. Like if you have a home, $200,000. I mean, and that's in just the savings for the house and for other things. Let me know if I'm making sense. And so for him to be like, as long as we're okay, like then she and I get her. We only had 100,000. Now we're 30,000 down. I want to go to France and buy a house. It's more expensive in France. France is a smaller place in a country, and there's a lot of people that live there. It's more expensive. Like it is I want to be comfortable while I'm there. I want to have options while I'm there. I don't want to feel caged in because I already don't want to go. I already don't want to go to France. I would like to stay here, but my family is dying here and I want my family. So I think going back to France and chilling for a bit is going to help. So it's like for him to turn to her and be like, money isn't everything. And I feel like a solo parent and don't forget about us because it feels like you're going to go to France and just do the same things you've been doing here. Like, then you make money. Okay, what are you guys saying? What are you guys saying? It's going wild in the comment sections right now. Okay. I don't find her annoying. I feel sorry that she had to rush back to full time after giving birth. She's a bit too much, but I totally understood her. Resentful of the child being close to him, saying she bathed the child is like a big deal. That's what I have the volume turned down when Manal goes on a rampage. Wow. I do think that her yelling in front of the child with reckless abandon is crazy. Like I do think that. I'm like, how don't you realize that like you just can't be screaming around this kid all the time? She's not okay. She is jealous because the child doesn't go to her. Yeah, but I think that like that's natural for her to feel that way. And I think it could be because maybe she didn't bond with the child as much. And now that she's home, he's feeling good. I would be so hurt if I spent 9 months growing a child and then 12 hours pushing it out, and then the child didn't want to come to me. I don't care how many hours a day I'm away. I don't care. I would feel some kind of way. And I get it. She acknowledges that he's a great dad. Maybe she is doing nothing when she's around the child. That's true. That could be it. I also do feel bad that Manon is clearly still in the middle of her postpartum. Girl. The child is not going to her for a reason. Mickey. As someone who had a man who stayed home with our child, I get it. In my stitch, my ex-husband stayed home against my hopes, and I didn't want him to be a stay-at-home daddy. Plenty of working parents are close to their child. Maggie. Yep, home ownership is overrated. I'm sick of it. My son gravitated towards him and his mom, and that was hard. Yeah, and all I did was pump milk and work for the first handful of months. That's a great idea. I think she has plans on divorcing him. I mean, I would, because honestly, if we don't have the same against financial goals and ambition, then I can't be with somebody because I would grow resentful. And I mean, I would grow resentful especially if we had kids. I don't know that I would grow. Would I? I got to think about that. I'll get back to you guys next episode. Never complain to your spouse's family. They always out you. Their loyalty is their family member first and foremost. Smart, smart, smart. She's got issues, mark my words. Oh man, I came in at the end. Oh, forever for eternity. Is that Scorpio? Who is this? What's your real name? I've never seen your name before. Thank you so much. Okay, yeah, everyone's agreeing with Python. Okay, yeah, that's what they're agreeing with you on Python. You hit the nail on the head for that one. She's lying. She's moving there because it's a soft landing. I don't know what that means. She should have gotten a job so that they could have remained in LA, get a pair. Yeah. Why can't he get a freaking job? Because it's expensive. Girl, yeah, but what was your name before? It wasn't Forever to Eternity. I don't remember that name. And if so, I'm so sorry. Hi. We got to stop using postpartum as an excuse. It's true for some, but some just find it easier to let the parent do the work. Oh, Joy, controversial take. Okay. Anyways, so I want the best for them too. I hope the best for them too. So it makes me sad that they're arguing on the way to the airport. Busola, what's up? What's up? Oh shit, sorry. Hey girl, hey. Hey girl, hey. Jay stop. People barely give woman grace. Joy stop. Okay, I get it. Yeah. Yeah, I just think that why can't he get a job is very true, but it's super expensive for childcare in LA. And so him getting a job would just mean that he'd be paying for childcare. A lot of people, that's what their experience is. And so at the end of the day, sometimes it feels like it's easier for just one spouse to stay home and have a little extra than having one spouse go to work and make $4,000 a month, but that's how much it is for childcare a month, or make $3,000 a month and it's $2,500 for childcare. So yes, the extra $500 is helpful, but is it? Wouldn't you just rather your kids stay at home and then maybe save on eating out and gas and the extra car and things like that? So yeah, he's not going to be able to get a job in France. That's the thing that we know, because he hasn't learned he hasn't learned the language. So that's an issue. Okay. So is this the last couple? Ginny and Sumit? Ginny and Sumit. I feel so bad for Sumit. I feel bad for them. And also, how come they don't have more money? They've been on 17 seasons of 90 Day Fiance. 17 seasons. Oh, I don't know how much it is in France. I don't know how much it is. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. 51 people in the room, so we should have some thumbs up. So yeah. Let me see, Jenny and Sumit. Let's see. Did anyone do a tippy tip so I can thank them? Yes! Thank you so much, Paige. Oh my God, thank you so much. Hard to know. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hard to Know and Paige. Oh, you guys are so kind. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me check my email and see if anybody else did anything so I can thank them too. Jasmine, thank you so much. Oh my God, Jasmine. Girl, you're making me cry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jasmine. Anyways, let's get back to this. Jasmine. Thank you so much. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, so this was a little bit of a setup. Because Jenny had on a full face of makeup and her hair was in its natural wavy state while she's sitting in the bed. All right, so let's start again. So Jenny is overwhelmed because they are in her stuff. So and let me tell you, there is nobody more excited for Jenny and Sumit to be in the house than Jenny and Sumit's nephew. That is, there is nobody more excited than that. There is literally no one more excited than that baby. He is, I mean, everywhere. Sumit looked left when they went to the cafe and he's like, "Where'd you come from?" That child is everywhere. There is nobody more exciting. There's nobody more excited. So, anyways, Jasmine, thank you. So, anyways, Jenny is like, "Oh my god, they found my stuff. They're in my business," and I'm like, "Girl, well, how does it take somebody just to settle in and realize, like, you can't keep complaining? I don't want to hear any more complaints about her living with them people. No more complaints. No more complaints about it. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I want her to just do what is her name Sarna. Do what Sarna says and stop complaining about it. Because if Shri has to do it, then you could do it too. To me, I feel like Shri has a full degree. Doesn't I mean, right? Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I feel like Shri is an educated Indian woman who has married a man who's equally educated, and now she has to stay at home and take orders from this lady who is not necessarily not educated, but take care of this lady who just expects her to give up her career or whatever it is that she was doing to be a house mom and take care of the parents. Because I mean, it's culture, but like there's got to be a little bit of Shri that's like, damn, I was a computer scientist. I was an engineer. And I married a wonderful man whom I love. And now I get up at 5 a.m. and make chai. I get up at 5 a.m. and make chai. Okay, I accept. You know what I mean? A little bit. No? Okay, so Jenny needs to stop complaining. So, anyways, the next day or that evening, Sumit suggests that Jenny makes dinner. And I said, Sumit, why did you suggest that? Why did you do that? This woman got together and made some spaghetti. And then even Amit was like, it was al dente. She didn't even cook the noodles right. And it's canned, it's bottled. Listen, there's nothing wrong with using bottled sauce. Nothing wrong with it. But you gotta give it a little something, don't you? You gotta give it a little something. And do they have all of the necessary spices in India? What does that bottled sauce taste like? She's like, it tastes so good with Parmesan. No, ma'am. Amit is like, we're Indian. We like food to have a little salt. She didn't even it at all. Or put a little sugar in it to offset the she didn't do nothing, y'all. It makes me mad. I make Indian food like at least every not every month, but like every 6 weeks. I have a lot of Indian spices. And I'm like, it's not that hard to make. But also, I guess if you don't cook, I guess I should be really grateful that my parents had me in the kitchen chopping up and like starting all the meals because I hate it, but I know how to do it. And there's a lot of people who don't. And what if you just wanted Indian food one day? You just didn't want to go out and buy it. So you just did it. You just wanted to make it yourself. That's what I do. Girl, I'd be in the Indian market like, cardamom. Like I've been buying spices I don't even know what they taste like until like I get a little recipe together and do some stuff. And it's just like, girl. Anyways, so she gonna give them some sad ass spaghetti. And the mother was like, no, girl, thank you, but no, thank you. I'm pretty sure after that, they were like, throw this away. Let's actually make some real food. And Sumit let her do it. And then also Sumit being the black sheep of the family, like he's like, I haven't been able to do anything right. And I'm just so sad for him. I'm so sad. Okay. So, the next morning she's sitting in bed with a full face of makeup on, and she's like, "Do I get dressed?" And Sumit's like, "Yeah, you should have been dressed. Get out of the bed." She's like, "I like to get up and sleep in late. I like to sleep late, and I like to get up when I want to, and I don't want to have to do this." Girl, you have to just get up and do it. Just get up and do it. And so then Sarna's like, make me some tea. And so Shree's like, oh, she said, make her some tea. And Ginny's like, and Sarna looks at her like, girl, if you don't get in here and make this tea, I mean, the kitchen's small. I'm not gonna hold you. But like, if you don't get in here, girl, make this tea. Girl, make that tea. All you gotta do is boil some water. Get the tea. You gotta boil some water. You get the cinnamon, get the cardamom, and get the black pepper, get the ginger, just a little in the little mortar and pestle, and then you throw it in there, and then you let that boil, and then you add the tea, and then you let that boil, and then you just put some milk in because you got to take it down. So you got to take it down and let it simmer because you can't put the milk in when it's boiling, otherwise it'll curdle. Then you just gotta stir it. I mean, girl, I be in Indian people's business, so let me tell you, I know how to make chai tea. I be in Indian people's business. I be in their business trying to figure out how to make their food because it's delicious. And so, like, I know how to make it. Yeah, it's a lot of steps. And if you have the ingredients right there, you know what to do. You know what I mean? You can add some sugar to it or some what's the Indian sugar that I like to use? It comes in like a brick. It's not palm sugar. It is starts with a J. I can't remember. But you get that sugar and add it to it. It's good. Yeah. I love making Indian food too. Thank you. Sumer. Jaggedy. Yes, jaggedy. All you gotta do is get some jaggedy. Girl, make that shit. It's delicious. Get you some jaggedy. Anyways, and so then Sumit like takes her to the cafe. So Sumit has procured a space where they're gonna have a cafe, and then the family has decided to let Sumit spearhead this on his own, and the brother has put in his week's notice, and the father is coming out of retirement to help Sumit with this family cafe to hopefully make money so that everybody, is supported. And also so that Ginny and Sumit can eventually move out. Now, that being said, the whole family has jumped in and no one has checked in on Sumit. That's what I'm saying. Like, Sumit procured the spot. Sumit got the person to put the walls up, but whoever put the walls up didn't put the walls up in a way that was conducive to the cafe. And Jenny immediately is like, nobody can fit in this space. This can't be the space. And he's like, oh, we need more outlets. And we need water. And she's like, you can't have a cafe with no running water. And they've already decided to have like this big ass espresso machine because that's going to be the like bait, is that everybody makes chai. Nobody has coffee. And so, yeah, so that's the whole thing, is they're going to have this wonderful espresso machine, and they're so happy about it. And I'm like, can you get water first? Like, where are they going to wash their dishes? Oh, we're going to wash the dishes in the public space. Who's going to do wash the dishes in the public space? Jenny? Tree? Amit? Sumit? Who is going to wash these dishes in the public space? Okay. But then there's another spot that actually has running water, but it's off the beaten path. And so they're not going to get a lot of foot traffic. So the family's like, what's happening? And Sarna's sitting up here like, oh, Sumit, girl, I be trying for you. I be in your corner, try to get you a good wife, try to do everything for you. I'm going to listen to me. And now you're over here with this old biddy in this cafe. And Amit's like, I gave up my job for this and my 401k. And he's like, I just want to I don't want to let my family down, but it seems like I'm always letting my family down. Like, this okay. And I'm like, I feel so bad for him. No running water is crazy though, Sumit. If you don't got no running water, then you need to have a clothing store. Okay. If there's no running water, then you need to sell postcards. If there's no running water, you got to sell like letterheads and like, paper goods. You can have food. Not with no running water, sir. We're just going to carry jugs of water into the space every single day? And what? Like, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. That is so crazy. No water had me dying. I was like, who is gonna curry and ferry this water to and fro? Where you got to get the water from? The well? The well? Where is this coming from? Anyways, that was dead. I like Jenny's hair wavy and curly. I don't like it straight. I like it wavy and curly. Or back to her blonde, or her like mixed blonde or silver gray or whatever it is. Like, I just think the brown makes a lot of things on her stick out. Like, it's more, it's in stark relief. It's because of the juxtaposition of the hair color. And so I don't want that for her. But she tries to support Sumit through this because he's, his family's basically shaking their head at the whole situation. And she's like, well, it's okay. Like, let's think about plan B, and it's okay, Sumit, I'll help you through. Sumit, I'll help you through it. Like, I don't want you to be upset, Sumit. Like, why are we doing this together? Oh, Sumit. You know what I mean? So she's there to be his support. Oh, guys, it's too much. I gotta go. I keep laughing. Okay. All right, you guys, that is the end of the episode. I want to thank you guys so much for coming in here and supporting me today. Thank you again to everyone who gave me the tip. I am super appreciative. And I will see you guys next week, Monday. Yes, next week, Monday. Anything is coming up? Shay and I are recording 90 Day Fiance UK. Oh, are you guys watching 90 Day Fiance UK? That's pretty good. We're doing that for DocuSweeties, so you can listen to that on anywhere you listen to podcasts. Is me and Shay talk about 90 Day Fiance UK. Thank you, Classy. Thank you. He got a lot against him. Oh, what does it say? The restaurant seems like a storyline because why would they support Sumit after his flops and lies? I mean, yeah, I think it is the major storyline of their time. But yes. All right, you guys, have a fantastic evening. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Every night, jump in the line, rock your body on time. Okay. I believe you, jump in the line, rock your body on time.